Did I scare you? Did I?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Ah, yes. Fall is here. The sun is going down earlier, getting much darker sooner, and it's getting really, really cold. Speaking of which, one of my favorite holidays has just happened too, Halloween. It actually happened 1 week ago. Not to the day, but close enough, right? But I do say it happened a few days ago, so that means the spooky season of Halloween is over, and now it's time to move on to the next big important holiday of the Fall Festival. Thanksgiving. That's not Thanksgiving music. That's Christmas music. What? We can't just skip over Thanksgiving. It's a super important holiday. I mean, all the great stuff happens during Thanksgiving, like eating turkey, watching football, Black Friday. What the hell? Just turn the music back on. So as I said, Halloween just passed a few days ago. And to sum up Halloween this year, I'll show you a quick video of what most people's experience were celebrating one of the most popular holidays of the year. Yeah, Halloween was really dead this year. In fact, almost as dead as Matthew Santoro's YouTube career. Yeah, I bet you haven't heard that in a while. And yes, if you're curious, he is still posting YouTube videos to this day. Just kidding, that was really mean. We still love you, Matthew. Unless you did something bad, then in which case we don't. Now, the root cause of why trick-or-treating has been getting less popular over the past few years is really debated, and there's no exact reason we know. But see, you wouldn't be watching this video if you wanted me to speculate on why trick-or-treating is getting less popular. So instead, I have 100% proof, Jakescape verified 100% proof of why trick-or-treating is just not as popular as it was when we were kids. And no, it's not because we're having less kids and people can't afford to buy houses and start families anymore. That's not one reason at all. And no, it has nothing to do with the fact that people can't afford to participate in Halloween anymore. Although, we have some really good theorists in the comments if they say that. No, the real reason why trick-or-treating isn't as popular isn't because of any of those. It's actually because of trunk or treat and all of its consequences. Now, if you aren't familiar with what trunk or treat is, it's basically trick-or-treating, except for instead of going from house to house, you walk from car to car in an individual parking lot, and then you go home. More specifically, these parking lots are more like school and church parking lots where 10 to 15 cars will line up, kids will go trick-or-treating or trunk-or-treating, then again, go home. So if you were curious, no, this is not the same thing as when people get into their cars, drive to another neighborhood, and then trick-or-treat in that neighborhood, although that is still unethical hoops, so don't do that anyways. Unless you're far away from other houses or other neighborhoods, then my guess, participate in trick-or-treating, as long as it's not trunk-or-treating. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 actual trunk-or-treating events, and they weren't very busy at all. Both these events were also at churches, where they had maybe, like I said, 10 or 15 people total, so not very busy. But I learned that trunk-or-treating was such a big problem off of TikTok, where everyone else learns everything else is bad. They are talking about it like it's the worst thing to ever happen to America. Like it's bad if, say, I don't know, one of Jeffrey Epstein's friends somehow became the president, not once, but twice, without getting in any form of trouble. That kind of bad. So wait, that did happen. Maybe TikTok is onto something. Now, our first example of someone complaining about trunk-or-treating on TikTok will come from an account called Cal McRaven. And here's what they have to say about trunk-or-treating.
This is your reminder that if you are taking your children to go trunk-or-treating this year, you are contributing to the death of society as we know it.
Whoa, okay, listen, I get it. I don't like trunk-or-treating as much as the next guy, but the death of society? Really? Maybe they're just exaggerating a little bit for TikTok, and they don't actually mean it. Let's keep watching and see what else they have to say.
I'm sitting in my house with full-sized candy bars. Where are your children at?
What the fuck? Excuse me? Can you clarify?
I just want to do it in an environment that's like safe and like during the day.
No. Braving the night, risking being assaulted on a stranger's front porch, that is an initiation ritual that builds character. You gotta do it when they're young. What's so scary about my front door, huh? Huh? You think I'm not friendly? I got full-size candy bars. If there are not kids on my front porch at 7 p.m. Halloween night, I'm gonna start driving around the neighborhood and just start chucking candy at the back of their head.
Oh, okay, I think I understand where they're going with this now. Watching it all the way now, I think I understand what they mean, and I think they have a point now. This is basically what they meant to say. It's these days are too soft. We used to go to war. Nowadays, kids can't go 5 minutes without their iPhones or their OnlyFans. And this is not a new phenomenon because child safety is much more prevalent in the media and the dangers of sending your child out all alone are much more apparent. So, what is the solution to this problem, you might ask? Well, the answer is pretty obvious in my opinion. It's letting your kids sit on their iPad all day watching Coco Melon and then go trunk or treating on Halloween. That's the answer. Wow, Gen Z really turned into a bunch of boomers early, and I didn't think it would happen for another 5 years at least. Now, this next TikTok from Mateo actually shared this same sentiment, saying that trunk or treating's only gotten popular because parents became so lazy they can't even stand 1 hour with their children on Halloween. So yeah, this is now the second video saying that the parents are actually the problem instead of the kids, and I have to agree with them. I mean, it is the parents' fault that they're going trunk-or-treating instead of trick-or-treating, right? The kids have no say in what they do. So yeah, it's official. Halloween is ruined because parents are just too lazy to make it fun for anyone anymore. Now, I hear what maybe the 1 in 1,000 people in the comment section are saying right now, saying that, well, it's unfair if I only show the negatives of trunk-or-treating instead of the positives of trunk-or-treating. And you know, to that end, I understand where you're coming from. However, this is my video. I don't have to be fair to anyone. Roll the clip. Yes, if you were curious what trunk or treating actually looked like, that video is prime example of what a good trunk or treat looks like. I say good because there were 10 cars there. Now I've just gotta ask, not like super boring? Is that not just the most boring thing you've ever seen? You leave your house at, I don't know, 5 or 6 p.m. You drive over to a little parking lot. You send your kids out to walk over to about 10 or 15 cars. You tell them to come back and drive home. It's not just like super boring. Also, I should mention that a lot of trunk or treat events have a entry fee. For instance, I've seen a lot of TikToks say that you had to pay $3 just to get access to a trunk or treat. Maybe 15 or 20 cars max. I mean, at this point, you might as well just buy a bag of candy from Walmart or Target, wherever you shop at. Put candy around your house, let your kids find it around your house, and call that Halloween instead. I mean, you save $3 at the end of the day, right? So yeah, it's official. Trunk-or-treating really is the beginning of the moral decline of society. I guess we can't avoid it anymore. Well, anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe down below for me. And here is your second reminder to go subscribe down below. Now, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. Next year, though, if I see any one of you at trunk-or-treating, I will power bomb you into a table off a Hummer H1X3. Watch yourself. Anyways, I see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.